welcome back, everyone. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so here's my face. I'm still alive. If you only follow me on YouTube, I apologize. I just don't have the time or the energy, as bad as that sounds, to make like long YouTube videos anymore. And I like to do them for longer formatted videos, but it's just too easy to get on Instagram Live and just do Instagram Live videos for unboxings and all of that. And that's where my following is the biggest. So get that out of the way right up front. If you want to see more of my content, Instagram is the place to be. That being said, I still think YouTube is the best for long format videos like collection tours and really big hauls like BreyerFest hauls, and maybe longer vlogs at some point. I don't really do super long vlogs right now, but anyways, that's where we're at. So while we're still in the month of January at filming, I wanted to do my top 10 of 2022. And 2022 was a hard year for me in the hobby. And I know I've mentioned it before numerous times on Instagram and maybe here on YouTube as well, but I had to cut back my personal collecting significantly on the front half of the year because I was studying for the bar exam and getting married, which were both excellent. I passed. I'm an attorney now. Woohoo! It was a necessary sacrifice so that I could study and prepare and pass on the first try so that we can do fun things now like buying houses and horses, like real ones. That being said, at first I didn't even know if I was gonna do this video, just because in my head I'm thinking, well, I really didn't collect that much this year outside of keeping up with the clubs and obviously also participating in BreyerFest. And I didn't want to just do new releases because everyone's seen those, and you know, I felt like I wasn't really going to be picking a top 10. It was just going to be, okay, what 10 horses did I get this year? Because in my head, oh, I didn't collect that much because I really didn't do much until the fall. Besides keeping up with the clubs and BreyerFest. And then I sat down today and I need to check myself because I have a whole slew of horses over here that I am very, very thankful for, that I definitely purchased this year and that definitely qualify to be in this video. And I wasn't even thinking of them just because in my head I'm like, oh, I didn't collect that much, I was busy doing other things. No, I collected plenty. And so I am making this video because I am very thankful for these horses and I'm very glad that they're here. A lot of them have already done well with the shows I've been going to this fall and winter. And yeah, I'm excited to share them. And the same way I did last year for my 2021 top 10, I am doing a top 10 traditional and a top 10 mini. Because yes, I do have enough to do both of those, more than enough. It was hard for me to choose, I'll just say that. And I do also have honorable mentions for both because I really just couldn't choose. But without further ado, I'm gonna start with traditional and I'm going to do my top 10 in descending order. So from least favorite, which doesn't even make sense because I love them all, that's why they're in this video, but from 10 to 1, basically. So let's do it. Okay. Going back on what I said, the first one is going to be my runner-up or honorable mention. I only have one honorable mention or runner-up for traditional. For mini, I might have more than that. But traditional, it's just one. And that's going to be this guy. This is Salvino. He was the Ponies and Palm Trees event model. He's a run of 200, and he's a portrait model of Adrian Lyle's Olympic partner, Salvino, or Vinny. Here he is. He's lovely. He's beautiful. If you've seen him, you know. He's like a gorgeous mahogany bay with very subtle dapples. The dapples on this guy are amazing. Every single marking on him is matte. He's absolutely mint. we did go to the event, and it was amazing, and I got to meet Salvino and Adrian, and it was just an incredible experience. So this guy also has nostalgic value, and yeah, I really like him. I felt like I could not make this video without including him because he's so special, but he's not one of the top 10 that I added, but he needed to be in here in some way. Okay, number 10 is Mr. Cardinal. Cardinal was one of the first web specials from this year. He is a chestnut, supposed to be Clydesdale. I should know the Clydesdale. Loose mane Shannondale. He's absolutely beautiful. He's got a beautifully shaded mane and tail. His markings are super crisp. He's got adorable belly spots, Sabino spots. And he says Cardinal 2022 on his little belly. I was pulled for this guy. I had extremely good luck with web specials this year. The only web special I was not drawn for this year was the Marwari, the one that was the wild animal Marwari. That was the only one I was not drawn for this year. So I had extremely good luck. I'm expecting to have terrible luck for the rest of my lifetime after my luck this year. But I was drawn for him, and with how excited I am about him, I'm honestly shocked that he's last in this video. I think that just goes to show how excited I am about the rest of them. I was having just such an overwhelming day the day that I found out that I got drawn for him. I was literally in the bathroom at the gym, like contemplating whether I wanted to actually go work out with my trainer or whether I just wanted to go home and take a nap, because I don't remember what was going on. But when you're studying for the bar and planning a wedding and you have horses and you're horse showing and grooming and also somehow working at a law firm like 40 hours a week, it's stressful. It's stressful. You have overwhelming days. And the day that they pulled him was one of those days. And I was in the bathroom, about to change. I checked my email and I was like, oh my God. Thank the heavens above. I was so excited. I love this mold. I love the loose mane and tail on this mold. I like the bobbed too, but I have grown to really love the loose mane one over the years. And this color on him is just so pretty. He nanned his first time in a show ring. And he has sat on my shelf ever since because I love him and I don't want anyone to touch him. I don't even want to touch him. So he's beautiful. Here he is. Okay, 9 is Boca, and I feel bad putting this one 9th again. Just, I know I sound like a broken record, but this horse is amazing. And I am so lucky to have him. This model in my hands, this was the last Boca of Ponies and Palm Trees. The last one. Like, not the last one from our group, the last one. And my husband actually pulled him. We had a plan going into our purchase time on boutique day at Ponies and Palm Trees. I knew exactly what number needed to be drawn to be first in line in order for us to for sure get a Boca. And the number that got drawn was like 3 or 4 ahead of that like for sure number. So I was like, okay, 3 or 4 people in front of us have to not want the pony in order for us to get the pony. And my husband got the last one. And we were the last shopping group of the event, and there were no Bocas in the second round of shopping. So that means this was the last Boca of the event. And he's so pretty, and he's got blue eyes, and he's got this beautiful Sabino, another Sabino, beautiful Sabino belly spots. He says 2022 special edition on his belly. He's obviously named after Boca Raton, the city in Florida. And he's a run of 52. Cardinal's a run of 500, did I say that? He's a run of 500. This one's a run of 52, so slice a 0 off Cardinals and you have Boca. And this horse has like exploded on the secondhand market, like crazy, crazy, crazy. I did never expect that. I mean, I know Bouncer's popular, but wow. But this guy is going into my black hole and he's never coming out. So here he is. Okay, number 8. Hello, ma'am. Can I help you? Number 8 is Fontainebleau. Fontainebleau was a weird run. This one was an oddball run. He was a BreyerFest connoisseur, so to speak. He was like a BreyerFest special, but he's also considered a connoisseur. So he was like the only connoisseur that was available at BreyerFest. Very strange. Anyways, here he is. He's beautiful. This one, I got really lucky with this one. He's absolutely mint. He's super cool. I'm normally not a pearly person, but on this mold, it's very subtle. It really works for him. His color is just so beautiful. He's got mapping. He's got, it says BreyerFest 2015 on his belly. And I think the reason why this one is above the other 2 is just because I wanted him for a really long time. And so to finally have one is really, really cool. I think that's why a lot of these guys got bumped up, was because I've wanted them for a while. So finally getting them just feels so good versus the ones that are brand new. Like, I love those ones too, and they're amazing, but there's something about the chase and like finally getting the horse that you've been like pining after for years. That's the case with this guy. He's really cool, so he adds another connoisseur to the collection. Okay, number 7 is actually another new one, so whatever. Maybe my trend doesn't hold up, but this is Cooper. And Cooper is actually one of 2 Vintage Club releases that made it into this video, which surprising, but they really did me dirty this year. So Cooper is a Vintage Club, so run of, I think it was 500 this past year in 22. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 500. And he is a chalky leopard Appaloosa on the Appaloosa Performance horse mold. This one also has nostalgic value for me because I just started live showing in September. I've photo shown for years, mainly because COVID and also law school. I don't get summers off. Well, I do now. I didn't get summers off when I was in law school. I took classes straight through the year, so I would get like a week between semesters, and that was pretty much it. So I didn't have a lot of time to live show, especially because I was a law school student, I was working, and I was showing my own horses, like the real kind. So I didn't have a lot of free weekends, and so I didn't do a lot of live shows, couldn't really travel, couldn't take the days off work, whatever. So I finally started live showing in September, literally the month after all of that craziness was over. I got married in August, went on my honeymoon, came home, and went to my first live show at the end of September. I was like, I'm doing it. I've wanted to do it my whole life. Like, I just haven't had the opportunity to because I've been doing so many other things. So all of that to say, I've wanted to live show like the entire time I've been a hobbyist, the entire time I've been collecting, and this horse was the first horse I ever put on a live show table. He was also my first win in NAM card. So he won his class at my first live show ever, and it was the first class of the day. So literally the first horse I ever put on a table was him, and he won. And he's beautiful. Like, this color is just so cool. It suits this mold so well, and they did a great job with him. He's got beautiful pinking. He's obviously chalky, like a modern chalky, and he's got tri-colored eyes and striped hooves, and I just love him. He's very special. Okay, number 6 is another Ponies and Palm Trees horse. I know, I'm sorry, but I can't help it because I love them and they're amazing models. This is Golden Sunset. I always want to say his name wrong, but it's Golden Sunset. He's a run of, I believe, 70. I believe it's around there, if not exactly 70. So under 100, and he is this beautiful champagne pearl color on Duende. He's got beautiful like his dapples are amazing. And he's not pearly at all, which I appreciate on a color like this because it would have been very easy for them to just be like metallic, and they didn't, and I appreciate that. He's got beautiful tri-colored eyes, and yeah, I absolutely love this guy. I was very happy to be able to add him at Ponies and Palm Trees as well. I got this one, not my husband. And yeah, he's really cool. So this was actually my highest ranked Ponies and Palm Trees horse out of the 3 that I have in this ranking. So here he is. Okay, number 5 is my second vintage club horse for this video. This is the Bay Poppy. Poppy and Ollie were the Gambler's Choice set for the Vintage Club this year. The Andalusian mare in full. So Breyer really did me dirty with those ones because I collect this mold and I think that she's absolutely beautiful, and they released 3 beautiful glossy colors. And I only have 1 Vintage Club membership, so I did buy 2 secondhand, but this one was the one that I pulled with my own membership. And she was the first one I got, obviously, because that's how shipping works. Ma'am, hey, no, do not. That's very bad. She was the first one out of the 3 sets that I have now that I opened, and I picked this one out of the other 3 because, not because I like the base set objectively, like more than the other ones, but because this model in particular is incredible. I've seen a couple of the bays before in person. I actually pulled a second bay and had to trade for one of the other colors. So I've seen a few at a show, and this one is just amazing. She's so dark, she's so glossy, she's so well shaded. Her dapples are subtle and beautiful, and I love her. So I was really excited about this one in particular. The whole run is incredible, but this one in particular was like very special. So I'm very happy to have her. Okay, number 4 carries on the glossy theme. This is Glossy Theo. I pulled 2 Glossy Theos during CCA this year. That's what I mean about my luck. That's what like, it will never be this good ever again. Got pulled for Palm Trees and Ponies. I got pulled for like 8 web specials, and I pulled 2 Glossy Theos during CCA. Like, never again. I will have no luck for the rest of my life. This is Glossy Theo. I did pull, like I said, 2 of these guys. I obviously kept my favorite. And this guy is just objectively beautiful. Theo in matte already was like mind-blowing. I just love him. He's beautiful. This color on this mold is... Bay Roans just get to me. I think they're so beautiful. It's one of my favorite horse colors of like all time. And like on this mold, with the breed it's supposed to be, it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful model as a regular run. And then they made it glossy. And this color and gloss is so cool. I'm not always a glossy person, but when I saw him in gloss, that was it. That did it. And to, you know, help him out, this guy also Nand was first, took divisional champ, and then took overall grand champ at his first live show ever. So there's Glossy Theo. Okay, in 3rd place is Valiant, so another connoisseur. I really like this guy. I think that this one in particular is a very nice iteration of this model. I know this model is notorious for being a little bit fish scaly, but I think that this one in particular is a really nice version of him. His dapples might be a little bit uniform, but they're so much better than most of the other ones that I've seen, which is, oh, is that so? Is that how you feel? And that's why I bought him, because I thought that this was a really nice one. And I've been wanting one. He's one of the only obtainable Idicus models that I still need. Maybe B only. I need a loose mane Brunello, but that's pretty easy to find. But besides that, he was one of the only ones that I don't have, and he's beautiful. And I really like him. I actually like him so much more now that I have him than I even thought that I would have when I saw him in pictures. So excited to get this one in the show ring because he is very pretty. Okay, number 2, and I just realized that my top 2 are actually the least limited in terms of run count out of any of the horses in this video, but that's okay because I love them and that's fine. That is just a describing characteristic. Doesn't reflect at all on how much I like them. Anyways, number 2 is Miss Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe was a Premier Club horse, I believe in 2017 or 2018. It was before I was in the Premier Club, so I don't remember exactly what year she was from off the top of my head. It's in her documentation. But anyways, this is the original Bobby Joe, and I'm also a sucker for a beautiful red dun, which I ride the Hunters, so fun colors are fun to me because I'm not ever exposed to them. We have bays and grays. And if you are lucky, we have a chestnut, but mostly bays and grays. So I love a good red dun because I think that the color is so pretty, especially her overo pattern. All of her markings are mapped. She's got primitive stripes, her dorsal stripe, tri-colored eyes, pink nose. Like, she's just so cool. I really, really love her. And this is a really, really nice one. I had the opportunity to buy a very flawed one the previous year, so in 2021, and I didn't, and I'm so glad that I didn't and that I waited for this one because I got a really good price for this one and she's gorgeous. So I am happy to finally have her. She's another one that I was on the hunt for a long time, and to finally have one is just like so rewarding. So she's number 2. Okay, and then taking my number 1 spot for this year is another Premier Club horse, I believe from either the same year as Bobby Joe or like slightly before, maybe slightly after. I really don't have their years memorized. I shouldn't even like speculate, but this is Hermosa, and she's so pretty. This was the original on the Andalusian mare mold, which, like I said, I have started collecting. I have an almost complete conga of them. The only ones I need, surprisingly, are the regular runs. And I just like haven't bought them yet. But anyways, she's beautiful. This is like the most beautiful color I've ever seen on a model. Hello, ma'am. She's a shaded black Tobiano ? And she's also dappled. Like, she has beautiful subtle dapples in her shaded black chunks. And she's got tri-colored eyes, she's got a pink nose. Every single dot on this horse is mapped. She's got little ermines and striped hooves, and she's like she's beautiful. Like, I think that this is one of the nicest Premier Club horses that Breyer has ever done. And I'm just really happy to have one of my own. So she is number 1. Number 1 out of all those connoisseurs and event horses and web specials and whatever, this is number 1. Oh, and she also nanned her first time on a show table. So like the ones, it's nice to have like my favorites get validated like that. Like, I'm like, oh, I love this model. It's so nice, it's so beautiful. But there's certain ones that I think are amazing that, you know, they're not gonna show well. So it's nice when you're like, this one's one of my favorites. Oh, it's also very successful. That's nice. It's like an added perk. Okay, so that was my top 10 traditionals from 2022. And now we are going to move on to my top 10 minis. And I have a lot of honorable mentions for these guys. I couldn't decide. Okay, so I'm gonna at least try to go through my honorable mentions quickly, just because we don't need to be here all day. We already will be, but it's fine. Okay, so first honorable mention is this little guy. This is Glossy Mini. This is Mini Manowar. The model's a she. Was a BreyerFest single day stablemate from 2018, the Off to the Races BreyerFest. So I now have all of the ones I want from that year. There were 2, so I also have Mini Ruffian. And now Mini Ruffian's sister is here. Okay, honorable mention number 2 is actually a regular run, the only regular run that made the lineup this year. This is the Alborozo, the mini Albie from, he was from the, I don't know what series it is, but the blind bags. So I got mine from Tractor Supply. You can get them from different places, but he is amazing for a regular run. His markings are absolutely crisp. He's got pinking on his nose, and he has 2 colored eyes, so he has eye whites. And he's so cool, especially for a regular run. I really like this guy. Okay, next honorable mention goes to Ellington. Ellington was the Deluxe Collector Club Mini for 2022. He's on the Django mold. He's beautiful, he's glossy, he's a nice Toviano Pinto, and yeah, I'm excited to show this guy. I haven't shown him yet. Next is Little Del Rey. Del Rey was the event stablemate for Ponies and Palm Trees. She's a run of 200, so another CWB. She's really pretty. I like this color. If I had, you know, more slots, I would have fit her in, but she's an honorable mention nonetheless. She's super cute. Okay, and then of course I have to give this one an honorable mention. This is Giorgio, the mini Georg, Premier Club stablemate for 2022. And he is so cute. I love this mold, and they shrunk it down so well. This color, I was like waiting for them to do this color on the big one because it's such a good color for like a really particular breed assignment. And I was just waiting for them to do it on the big one, but I am okay with it being on the mini one too because this guy is so cute. He's so detailed. His mane is like multicolored, and oh, he's so cute. I really like him. Okay, so number 10 is Carling. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Normally I'm good about that, but I don't know how to pronounce this one's name. This was one of the BreyerFest single day stablemates from British Invasion. And I now have a full set of these guys, which is very exciting. I love them. They're so pretty. Yeah. The way that they used to do single day stablemates, just like, they're so beautiful. And there have been good ones recently too, so I can't hate on the recent ones either. But this set in particular was just like so beautiful. So here is this guy. He is number 10. Okay, next is a Best of BreyerFest model from this year. This guy, I forget what Breyer's name for him was, but he is on the new mini Prince Charming mold. Which I am so glad that they turned this mold into a stablemate. It's such a cute mold. It's super diverse. This guy nanned at the first show. I actually have shown this one. And he nanned at his first show with the breed that I gave him. But I had like 3 different ideas of what I wanted to show this horse as if he didn't do well under his first breed. He did, which was great, but anyways. It's a super diverse mold. It's super detailed and dynamic. It's so cute. And this color looks so pretty on it. So I really like this guy. Got him from BreyerFest this year. Okay, next, this is 8, number 8. This is a regular run mule. I actually bought this guy from a live show in October, and he's super cute. I love this mold. They haven't done very many on this mold. I have the realistic fins. They were actually, at least one of them was in my top 10 of 21 video. So I have those guys, and they've all nanned, and I was like, I don't have anything else to show because there's just not very many of this guy that are done. So obviously I knew that this one existed, but I wanted to see him in person before I bought him. And like, lo and behold, right after I had made that decision, one was for sale at a live show that I went to, and it worked out perfect. And he's super cute. He was actually in his packaging still, so he was like new in his packaging, which for such an old model really surprised me, and kind of like sealed the deal for me wanting to buy him. And he's really cute. He's got nice pinking. He's spotted. His teeth are colored, which I know was a problem with some of the older ones that came out. But yeah, I was just really excited to find this guy in the wild and then to be able to buy him. So. Okay, number 7 is also one that I recently purchased at a live show, different show. But this is, oh, what's her name? Is it Aria? Maybe? This one was a single-day stablemate, BreyerFest single-day stablemate from 2019. She was based on, I believe, a previous year's raffle model on the Geronimo mold. There they are. I don't have the raffle model, obviously, but I have the tiny one, and she's super cute. I didn't get this one secondhand right off the bat just because I'm not a big pearly person, and for some reason I thought this whole model was pearly. It's just her mane and tail, and I think that that's still pretty believable. She's got these beautiful blue eyes, and she's got really nice pinking both around her eyes and around her nose, and I thought that was really cool. And yeah, I'm really happy to have her. She's super pretty, and I love this mold. Okay, so number 6, I actually also bought in the same transaction that I bought number 5 in. So I also bought this one from a recent live show that I was at. This is Mini Marvelous, the silver from the Breyer Premier event. So this is based off an event model. This one itself was a BreyerFest model from a while ago. Yeah, so I'm really excited to have this one. So, here it is. Okay, so this is number 5. This is the original Murado, and I love Murado. I was not collecting or really in the hobby too much when this guy was released. I didn't really start collecting seriously until 2019, like mid-2019, so this guy was before my time. And he is beautiful. I really, really like him. He's got blue eyes. Well, I'm sorry, he has one blue eye. And I love this dun. He's not quite a Sabino. Maybe he is a Sabino. Well, he's pretty regardless. And I love his color, and I love this mold. So finally getting my hands on the original was super exciting this year. Okay, number 4 was another live show acquisition. I've been buying lots of minis at live shows because you don't have to pay for shipping on a tiny little horse. I have wanted this guy for so long. This is the World Equestrian Games 2012 Reigner, and they did a mini for each of the disciplines represented at the World Equestrian Games. Yeah, I wanted this guy for a very long time, and sometimes he can be priced a little bit silly. So I was really happy to get this guy for about retail. And yeah, this color on this mold is just really pretty. His dorsal stripe is actually straight. I don't know if you can see it, but it's straight. He's got eye whites. He's just really, really cool. I really like him, and I was really happy to finally add one this year. So he's number 4. Okay, number 3, keeping with my number 1 from Traditionals, is Mini Hermosa, who's actually a stallion. Plot twist. Yeah, I love this mold. I wish they would do more on this mold. I think it's so pretty. I have the Bay regular run as well. I actually bought him this year. He almost got an honorable mention, but you can only include so many horses in a top 10, and I'm already cheating. So here he is. Not a whole lot to say. He's gorgeous. He's got tri-colored eyes, he's got brown eyes, he's got little itty bitty black markings like in his blaze. His markings are all crisp, this mold is beautiful. I got nothing else to say, he's gorgeous. Oh, and also this was the Premier Club Mini from the year that Hermosa was released, whatever year that was. So, Premier Club stablemate. Okay, number 2, we are getting down to the final few, folks. Number 2 is Spetzel from BreyerFest this year. So he was a 2022 event stablemate or single day stablemate. And he's obviously like a dun pinto on the Mini Alvarozo mold. He's super pretty. Yeah, I liked this guy from his release date on. I was like, yep, that one is my favorite. I really like him. I love Mini Albie, and this color is just very, very pretty. This guy also took sectional champ and then overall reserve champ in his mini division at his first show. And so now he sits on my shelf and looks beautiful. And I really enjoy this one. He's super pretty. Okay, last but definitely not least, my number one for my top 10 stablemates of 2022 is London Pride. London Pride was also a single-day stablemate from the British Invasion BreyerFest. And she was the one that completed the set for me. And I love this model. I think she's one of the nicest like Clydesdales that Breyer has done. Mini Clydesdales that Breyer has done. She's a beautiful shaded black. She's got this beautiful Sabino marking on her belly. Her whites are crisp. She's just so pretty. I just love this horse, and I had wanted her for a really long time. And she's also one that sells for like pretty silly prices. So I waited, and she was worth the wait because she's beautiful, and I did get her for a very reasonable cost. So very worth the wait on this one. I like her a lot, and I'm super excited to get her on the show table. I haven't shown her yet. I'm very excited to do so very soon. So she's super cool. Okay guys, that is actually all I have for you. Actually all I have for you, as if you didn't just sit and listen to me ramble for a very long time. But no, that was my top 10 traditionals of 2022 and my top 10 minis of 2022. So a lot of horses. And after that, like, to think that I wasn't even going to make this video because I didn't feel like I had collected very much last year, I needed to be smacked upside the head and like maybe had some sense knocked into me, because that was an amazing year of collecting. And yeah, they're all just really nice additions. They all fit in really well and have helped me grow my collection to be even more than what it was in 2021. Even if I didn't feel like I was collecting to my max capacity in 2022. I still had some amazing opportunities to add some beautiful horses, so I'm really happy with that. But anyways, I hope that you all have a fantastic day, evening, morning, depending on when you're watching, and I will see you in the next one. And maybe in a different horse room. We'll see. Bye!